So I'll be moving now to soft skills. So, over time, we've been hearing a lot about soft skills, like it's the most valuable skill to have now in the labor market. You know, they always say like the soft skill will get you the interview. I'm sorry, the hard skill will get you the interview, but the soft skill will get you the job. So I would be explaining what hard skills are actually before I jump into soft skills. So hard skills are teachable and they're specific and they can be defined. They're majorly derived from an educational institution. So from schools, from primary, secondary, university, and even online courses, um, you can learn hard skills from there. So examples are like mathematical skills, arithmetical skills, even learning a language, and so many things that you can quantify. Yes, that you can quantify. So those are hard skills, and hard skills just give you the title. It gives you the doctorate. Hard skills give you the certificates, the papers, and makes your CV looks amazing. Like your CV can look amazing with hard skills, but the moment of the truth, for the workplace is your soft skills. So your CV can get you, into that interview, but now when you start to speak, your presentation skills, your time management, and all those things, that is where your soft skills speak louder now. So soft skills, on the other hand, are less tangible and they're harder to quantify. You cannot quantify them, they're harder to quantify, and some of them even come naturally. Some of them can be your personality, your behavior, your habits, and your traits, even your family traits or things like that. So hard skills, so that is soft skills, and examples are people skills, time management, emotional intelligence, communication, and things like that. So hard skills are very applicable in customer service. In the customer service world, provided you're dealing with people, human beings, not just customer service, but provided you're dealing with human beings, soft skills are they are very needed. And soft skills are not just limited for your clients or your customers. You need soft skills to even have a good relationship in the workplace with your colleagues, with your managers, with your bosses, with your family. With life, you need soft skills. Like soft skills are so important. But for the course of this training, we'll be talking about communication, emotional intelligence, and problem solving. These three soft skills are highly needed when you are dealing with clients, customers, and even your colleagues. But we'll be tilting towards our clients and our customers more than our colleagues. And we can do that you can find that in other trainings from P31. So we're talking about customers and clients here. So I will start with emotional intelligence. So emotional intelligence, the 5 major things to know about emotional intelligence when dealing with people is self-awareness, number 1, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. So for every time in the workplace or over the phone, or when you're dealing with the clients, or just having a continuous relationship with your customers, I think it's very important to be self-aware of your environment or yourself, or what is going on. When you're dealing with clients and customers, you can't be nonchalant. You have to pay attention to details. You have to understand what is going on around you. You have to know that maybe I'm just very tired and sad and angry today, and maybe this is not the right time to pick up the phone and call the client if you don't have to. But I mean, if you have to, sometimes we need to put our personal life away from work. But if you don't have to, then we don't have to jump on that. So emotional intelligence is really important, and self-awareness is one of them, which links to self-regulation. So be able to control yourself, be able to customize screaming. Are you screaming to like chaos? Like, are we all screaming at each other, or are we understanding that, well, I'm representing my company, and if this person is screaming, I have to, pace myself, pace my voice, and try to come to a resolution or what is going on. Or are you just throwing caution into the wind, or are you, just being very personal about what is going on? The motivation is also highly important. So we know that most times we need motivation from our managers. Sometimes we even need motivation from our customers. We need motivation from our mentors, our line managers, our bosses, and even the company as a whole. But I believe it's also everyone's responsibility to find a way to motivate themselves in the workplace, to find a way to speak to themselves, to find a way to understand why they're doing what they're doing, and to find that peace, to find that peace, and to find that peace within them, to be able to handle the pressure, to handle the raging customers, to handle different things going on, and just try to be professional in everything they do. So motivation is something that it shouldn't just be. So motivation, yes. So I say this because most times when we hear motivation, we think about the leaders, and we forget that people have the ability to motivate themselves too. So yeah, that's my point. Like, we have the I think motivation even starts from ourselves, because what is your motive even when you come to work? Why did you get that job? What is your motive in that company? Are you just there to earn salary and that's it? Or do you want to learn more? Do you want to progress in your career? Do you want to help the business thrive, hoping that one day maybe you too might have that position to run a business? So once there's demotivation from your end, then it's hard for anyone to even motivate you. But this is also important too for maybe a manager on this training, or a business owner. It's very important to motivate your staff. It's very important to motivate your employees at all times, because they are under you. So sometimes they need to show like, oh, you're working hard, or you're doing better, or you're this, you're that. It helps them. It boosts their confidence. It helps them, look forward to do more and to progress more in their career. So motivation can go two ways. It should start from you, then also people in leadership positions should be able to motivate their employees. Then last one is social skills. This is something that when you deal with human beings, you need to learn. You need to learn how to speak to people. You need to learn how to even stand up for yourself in social situations. You need to learn how to understand when you should be an introvert and when you should be an extrovert. That shouldn't be an excuse in the workplace. You should learn how to, balance that. You don't have to be a shouty person. You don't have to be somebody that is always being noticed, but you should learn how to keep that professionally and, engage with people in a very, very healthy way. So that's that about emotional intelligence. So problem solving is, by far, to me, I find it very interesting, because there's always a problem. It might be minute, it might be large, but with customers and clients, because for someone that's worked in customer service for a long time, it's always something you do. For every 5 clients, for every 5 customers, 3 or 3.5 of them have a problem you need to solve. And you can't transfer the call every time. You need to learn how to solve problems. I would even say sometimes you need to learn how to solve them partially to keep the customer at ease, than acting like you can't solve it and just throwing it away and, just disappointing the customer. So one of the first things to learn in problem solving is active listening. So active listening means like you are listening. I mean, like, you are listening. You are comprehending what the person is saying. And people think active listening is just paying attention. Yes, that is very important. Obviously, to listen actively, you have to pay attention. But active listening is also, it can be that I do not understand what this person is saying, so I need to reconfirm that what they are saying is what I am hearing. So active listening is you are doing everything you can do to understand what the person is saying. So everything in your power, you're using it to understand what this person is saying to you, so you can repeat after them when they speak. And like, are you saying that you got upstairs and you found out that the door was locked? I just want to confirm, not that you are hearing, I went upstairs, then I found out that the other, you just need to be sure, because now when you listen actively, when you listen properly, that is the beginning of solving the problem, because now you understand the problem and everyone is clear. So the second one is identifying the issue. So now, in the course of listening, in the course of this problem, what is the issue? What are we really solving? Like, what is the problem? What is making this customer upset? Now, I'm not saying you ask the customer, the client, what is making you upset, but I guess this is where this is where critical thinking comes in, because now you're trying to draw out the issue, because you know how customers and clients can be if you have had the chance to work with them. It's picking stories from everywhere because they're upset, so they're just going back and forth. So active listening will keep you to jot down. For me, a good example for me, a good tip I do when I'm speaking with clients or customers that have issues or having problem with me or with the organization I work for or anything, I take a pen and a paper once I see it's a problem from their voice, and I begin to write out things, not everything they're saying. So for example, they're saying, so I went upstairs, so that means this thing happened upstairs. I got to the door, so the door was locked. I pick out the problems, then I keep that aside, and I know, like, okay, the issue started from when she went upstairs, then this and that. So that is identifying the issue. Well, you can only identify the issue if you're listening well, right? So yes, so that is identifying the issue. Then empathy. So people mix up empathy with sympathy. They're two different things. So sympathy is that I feel bad about what has happened to you. I feel so bad. In fact, I can cry with you. In fact, I'm angry with you. Not like you're angry with the customer or client, but I am angry about the situation with you. And I'm just, yes, I feel your pain. But for customer service or, with clients, it's not enough to feel the pain, because remember when I described service at the beginning, I said it is solving their problem, it is helping them. So you can't really help someone by just feeling their pain and ending there. So that is where empathy comes in. Empathy is that I feel your pain, I understand. In fact, I put myself in your shoes and I'm now thinking, because I have a clearer mind, how do I solve the problem? So I'm putting myself in that position, not just feeling it, but also thinking of how we can move forward from this pain, how I can help you move forward from this. I'm not just sitting here crying with you or being sad with you. I'm seeing how we can move further with this, how I can help you. Because to be fair, to be sincere, it did not happen to me. I only know how you feel. I understand, but because I have a clearer mind, because I'm less upset than you, I can help you. So that's what empathy is. So empathy is like the professional sympathy. So that's why I call it. I always tell people when I train them that empathy is the professional sympathy. So that is empathy. And remember, we're still under problem solving. So the next one I'll be talking about is conflict resolution. So this one, it's more applicable for even, your colleagues and in the workplace, but also sometimes we have conflicts with our clients. Some of them are not even new clients or new customers. They are existing ones that have been with us for years, and we can have these conflicts. But having that emotional intelligence on how to bring resolution to that, having that conversation, telling them how it is, but in a professional way, solves the problem, listening to them, being empathetic, like I said before, finding a solution, like expressing yourselves, like, okay, so this, like, in fact, saying the truth, like, I remember when I was working in the bank, my manager would say to me, do not lie to your customers. Do not give them unrealistic expectations. If it's going to take 20 minutes tell them it's going to take 20 minutes. In fact, sometimes you can tell them it takes 25 minutes, because now they're excited when you come back 20 minutes later, because they're like, oh yeah, I should do this in a shorter time. But never, okay, that is a lie actually, but but never lie to your customer. Never lie to your customer. Unrealistic lies. Yeah, never lie to them that things that are not sensible. So something takes 20 minutes and you tell them, yeah, I'll be out in 10 minutes. No, that is devastating. That wouldn't work. So conflict resolution can even be avoided, but if it comes up, it starts with openness, discussing about it. Oh, your shipment has not come in because it takes 21 days for it to come from China, and something happened in the ports, and now they said it's taking 30 days. Let them know. Don't try to hide it. It's of no use. So let them know, and this helps. Yes, it helps conflict a lot with customers, telling them the truth, being open with them, and addressing the real issue, and not trying to just look good, but addressing the real issue. So the last one is critical thinking. As I've mentioned it earlier, is the ability to think while you are solving a problem. Think on the spot, have that objective analysis of the problem, be able to identify what the problem is at the beginning of the conversation, and things like that. So those are the attributes of problem solving, like soft skills. Like, you need to have these things in problem solving.